Hello, hello, and welcome to the new episode of GROOF.
Welcome, welcome.
Are you ready?
Well, that's an interesting question because I'm not sure if you're asking me or the audience.
You.
Yeah, I guess I'm always ready and never at the same time.
Cool. So I will introduce you to a new artist. I think you've never heard of Billy Preston, right?
No, I never heard of Billy Preston.
So the reason why I chose Billy Preston as the new artist we should react to is we are on this organ trip on our way through the jungle organ. The organ jungle. The jungle organ.
Yeah, that's an additional blooper.
Thank you. Very good. So, and Billy Preston is a Hammond organ player. Not only, actually, he's also a great singer. And just recently I heard an interview of Corey Henry, and I'm sure you know Corey Henry.
I do.
And he mentioned Billy Preston as one of his big inspirations. And that's probably because Billy Preston also started as a gospel player in church. And let me just introduce you to Billy Preston a bit. So, for example, he was born 1946. Unfortunately, he died pretty early. Like, he already died in 2006, which means he died before he was 60, which is very unfortunate. And before I go on, maybe you know a song. How's it called? Shit. How beautiful. Wait, Joe Cocker. One of his most famous songs. You Are So Beautiful to Me. That's the song. And that
I actually don't know that song.
You don't know that song?
No.
Okay, so maybe we have to react to it at some point. Very beautiful song. And that was actually written by Billy Preston, but made famous by Joe Cocker.
Okay, that's cool. It sounds promising so far.
Yes, and also what is interesting is that Billy Preston was one of 5 musicians credited on a Beatles recording other than the group's 4 members. So that was also why he was often called the 5th Beatle. So he recorded tunes with actually really many famous people like Eric Clapton, the Beatles obviously, also Ray Charles I read somewhere, Sam Cooke, Little Richard. So he was featured on very many albums also, and he played the piano in the background actually often.
That's super cool. I always love actually exploring musicians who are more in the supporting role and you don't really know about them, but then turns out that they are like contributing quite a lot to the music of the greatest. And
absolutely. Okay, so I guess it's time I introduce you to him. And the first track we're going to react to is a very famous a famous track that is obviously not written by him, which is Summertime. Mm-hmm. And this is actually the first time I've heard Billy Preston, and it's just a super cool interpretation of his, and I hope you're gonna like it. So I guess 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. The crowd is going wild.
Of course.
Whoa, it's really hard not to smile.
That's a great song.
That's the groove.
Yes. Man, so good. How does it do this oscillation sound? I don't know.
I mean, probably Hammond settings, you know.
I'm not sure.
No, seriously, like I want to talk about it.
Yes.
I think it's like it is somehow inherently built into the Hammond.
You think so? Because I'm not sure. Actually, to be honest, I read the comment section. And like some people were discussing how he did that, and like the answer wasn't sure. Like I don't think it's an inherent thing about the Hammond, because otherwise we would hear it probably more often.
Could be that is a legit argument, but I think it's impossible to like definitively answer this question without knowing, like without having experience with Hammond. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, like, is it possible to try Hammond somewhere around our places, Alan? What do you think?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, we can. There's actually not until long ago there was a very like a place where they collected old Hammond organs.
Really?
But
Okay.
I'm not sure if it still exists. Like not long ago they were discussing about closing it down. But that's where I saw Joey DiFrancesco perform a few times. So
I see.
Yeah.
We'll have to check it out, I think.
yeah.
I also love how he smashes the keyboard at some point, yet it so organically fits into the groove.
Absolutely, yeah, into the
His
groove.
recovery
Into the
is
groove, right?
perfect.
The groove.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, because you're right. It's a weird thing to do, just smashing the keys, and then it still fits so good. Yeah.
Well, let's continue.
Yes.
Amazing. And the amount of pleasure that he himself gets. That face! Wow, this is...
He's amazing. I don't know why not more people know about him. Like he's just
Wow.
real genius. Amazing.
Well, thank you. I'm super grateful for you introducing me to this, and I look forward because we still have quite a bit ahead.
Yes.
Let's watch it.
Absolutely.
Now this is the way I would imagine Bach would play it. If Bach was here tonight, he'd do it something like this. He'd do that.
This is probably how Bach would play it.
Amazing.
That's Bach.
This is so good.
He's also a bit a comedian. It seems like.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would be fun to hang out with him.
It's so cool how he like organically fits like Bach style, like
Yes.
the style things into this. Like, it's I don't know. I mean, I have heard other variations or like other covers of classical music in the style of funk, and it actually usually is super cool.
Yeah.
I think there was some like Beethoven's Fifth Symphony in the funk version. It's quite cool. I forgot who is the author.
But the thing is here it's actually the other way around.
In which sense?
Like we have a jazz piece that is like played in a classical way, which is kind of the other way around than
Yeah,
having a
true.
classical piece played
True.
funky. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really creative. Yeah, cool. Let's go on.
Now this is the way I would imagine Ray Charles would do it if Ray was here tonight. He'd do it something like he's like, whoa, wait a minute, this is it. He'd do something like this. He's like, say now it's summertime now, baby.
It sounds like Ray.
Dude, he looks like a human metronome.
Oh, the fish are jumping, no. Yeah, and the cotton is high. Oh, I wish I had the Ray here to help me sing this song tonight. Yeah,
Such a cool impression.
Charles,
Wow.
And-
So good.
And the crowd really appreciates that. Like it's like such a dense applause there.
Of
So
course.
yeah. Oh man, when is this? Like, is it like 70s or 80s? This recording? Do you know?
I don't know.
Probably someone around then, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, he wasn't that young anymore, so maybe even 90s. But yeah, yeah. At
Billy
least
Preston.
it's timeless, let's say.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, so let's
I
go for
agree.
the finish.
Let's Oh my god.
Genius.
Wow, this is super cool. The video just ended there, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It is a bit anticlimactic in a sense because it just cuts in the end.
Yeah.
Wow. But hey, thanks. Like this is super cool. I'm very happy to learn about this musician. And,
Sure.
this is like such a good example of how not only is the musicality that matters, but also the performance. Because half of what makes it super cool is the performance and how he behaves, and like it's tremendous.
Yeah.
And also knowing that he performed with such a variety of great musicians just makes me want to explore more about him.
Actually, I want to show you something else also of him.
From Billy Preston.
Yeah. Like some we can go like back to his roots, and I found something where he plays some gospel. It's just very moving, very nice.
I'd be very keen. Yeah, and
Cool.
it also looks like such a genuinely cheerful and happy person.
Oh, absolutely, yes. I think it would be really cool to hang out with him, and yeah, I mean, no wonder he's like an inspiration to musicians nowadays as well, like Corey Henry.
Yeah.
Because yeah, wow. I mean, and the thing is, you see, like, he really loves this instrument, the organ, and he's also a great like piano player, which are many organ players. But yeah, like, I think he's also one of the people, like, maybe not as big as Jimmy Smith, but also like who really made the organ as popular.
I see.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also
It's funny.
Sorry, yeah. No, go on.
Sorry for interrupting. Yeah, it's funny how I think back in the days when I was not into this kind of music, I think this organ would mostly for me be associated with the baseball games, you know, and
You mean the hymn, or what do you mean?
yeah, like this baseball game feels, you know, or in basketball, or I think it's more prone to baseball. I mean, I'm into neither of those sports, so I don't watch them actively.
You don't do
But
sports at all, anyway.
Hey, I didn't say that. You know? Hey, don't tell my secrets to the whole world now, Alan. Yeah, but you know this do like this sort of feel. Yeah. But there is so much more to explore in the world of organ. In general.
Yes. Yeah, and also like there's some recordings of him performing together. I think with Eric Clapton and other musicians where they play Beatles tracks, and he's in the background also supporting with the organ and also singing. So yeah, there's some stuff to discover there.
And he has a pretty cool voice. Like his impression of Charles is
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, sure. Hey, so I'm glad you enjoyed that.
I really hope that our viewers and listeners will enjoy it as much as I did, because wow, this is amazing.
I'm sure. Okay, cool. So that's it for this video. If you liked it and if you want to see more, then
subscribe and share.
Subscribe, share, hit a like.
Oh yeah, hit a like, I forgot that. I still have to polish that part, right?
Whatever. And I hope, and this motivates us to continue and give you more content.
Yes. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.
Stay tuned. See you guys.